Hello again. Seems I've got another load of questions here to answer, and I'm going to try to answer them a bit more fully this time, not just quickly babble off a reply. The first one, well, the first two in fact, I answered on the blog and I shouldn't have, so I shall go through them again. Vord asks me, could your typical war drone or submarine survive 1200 degrees Celsius or the heat of a very hot volcano? Seems some of them have survived attacks that have at least been that hot. Immediately upon reading that, I started desperately trying to remember what kind of temperatures I subjected the assassin drones in Line War 2. The answer? These drones have armour which is built to deflect beam weapons or the backblast from all sorts of explosions, including nuclear ones. So yes, they could perhaps survive 1200 degrees Celsius or a hot volcano. I suspect they wouldn't survive it for long, but the essential thing about a drone's armour, it's as strong and as insulated enough, well, how can I put it, the strength of the armour and the insulation is as much as the plot requires. I'm afraid I make up the rules. Conan the Librarian says, more Mason's rats please. Do you think you could squeeze a novel out of that idea? Well, Conan, I'm sure I could. Thing is, for quite a while now I've been squeezing novels out of just a title. For example, the next book, this is basically what I wrote down a little while ago. The next book, I'm going to follow the story of this old captain and this praetor, this creature Vrel. It'll be called Orbus. That was about the limit of my proposal for Orbus. So yes, I could squeeze a book out of Mason's rats. Not sure if I want to yet. So many books to write, so little time. Now, Spencer. I watched an interview where you talk about some sort of film you submitted some writing for, heavy metal. What's going on with that? Alright, I'll just answer that bit first. I don't know what's going on with that. As I said, I submitted some writing for it. All sorts of Hollywood heavyweights are involved. Oh well, you've got Tim Miller of Blur Studios, you've got Kevin Eastman of Ninja Turtles fame, all sorts of big directors, some of whose names I just can't remember right now, but if you Google it you'll see them. And overall, last year James Cameron was put in charge of it, but nothing. I've heard nothing. I think it's probably been lost in what is called development hell in Hollywood or something, so I don't put any reliance on that. I'll just, if something nice happens, it happens. Now, moving on. Second question from Spencer. And also, though this may be stupid, as I'm aware that you spend half the year in Crete. Do you have any pets? Could definitely see you liking something like a rhino iguana or the like. Well, yeah. I mean, you covered it there in your parentheses. Because we live over half a year in Crete, we don't have any pets. That's it. We did have pets in the past, before Crete. Caroline always used to keep a chinchilla. And also prior to getting the place in Crete. Caroline was involved in a charity that whereby you signed up to walk dogs for old people, and we spent a year or more taking an enormous German Shepherd for walks. It was a lovely dog, who unfortunately died. Okay, next question, or next huge list of questions from Disco Stew. First one, will you revisit the Cowl universe at some point? This is like all these questions of will you do this, what are you going to do with this? I mean, half the time I don't know. I have the next, well, I'm on the second book of my next contract, which was 5 books, and I've planned as far as 3 books into that, and that is about it. Those being The Departure, 0 Point, Jupiter War. I don't know what's going to take my fancy next. Would I do Cowl again? Something in the Cowl universe? The trouble with that is the complications are hard enough. Bugger!